So here's one more interesting little statistic that you can wrap up with. Of all the crimes and robberies that involve guns, 95% of them happen at storefront locations.
Sure, absolutely.
Because they're unmanned.
Yep.
The people at homes that are running these out of their homes, they've got security cameras. They're home most of the time. That's more protected than if you were at any storefront location.
I've spoken to 2 ATF agents, and I asked them how many crimes are happen at these home-based FFLs. He said, I don't know of any, for basically that same reason.
More than half the attorney generals around the country are up in arms over the new ATF rule. Welcome to another installment of the Connecticut Gun Bench. Today's video is brought to you by P.A.N. Firearms, LLC. P.A.N. Firearms, your NRA certification of multifaceted gun training. You can reach us at 203-300-6343 or use our website at www.panfirearmsllc.com. As always, there'll be a link in the description box below. And if you like the channel, like the content, what I do here, you can support me with the link. Everything is appreciated. Once again, my PSA for my Connecticut residents, you're going to hear this up until July 2024. If you plan on getting your Connecticut pistol permit, please get the training done before July 2024, because after that it becomes longer, harder, and more expensive for no other reason to disincentivize you, the law-abiding public, from going out and getting your pistol permit. To then, of course, buy a firearm. And for those who have your permit, don't let it expire. Do not rely on the state to send out that renewal notice. Okay, keep an eye on that. Because if you let it expire, you got to do the new training requirements. But let's talk about this. Now, this proposed rule is an expansion of the Bipartisan Safer Communities Act. And just to generalize it, they're basically saying that if you transfer a gun from one person to another, they want you to have an FFL to do so. And I believe it's 26 states attorney generals have basically gotten together and written a letter to the ATF trying to get them to abandon this rule. Now, you know that's not going to happen. Dettelbach is Biden's bitch, and he's going to do everything that he wants, and Biden is just flaming anti-gun. Well, no, okay. Let me correct myself. Biden's not anti-gun. He is anti-you having a gun. Let's make that clear. But I want to come into here. State attorney generals up in arms over proposed ATF rule. Half the country's attorney generals want the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms to drop a proposed rule that they say would expose gun sellers to lawsuits. The rule, according to a release from South Dakota Attorney General Marty Jackley, quote, would make any individual who sells a gun for profit liable to civil, administrative, and criminal penalties. This civil liability rule would penalize innocent citizens selling their guns to friends and family, Jackley said. Washington is continuing to infringe upon the rights of law-abiding citizens. This is nothing more than the current administration's attempt to drive up the cost of firearms for lawful citizens. The Department of Justice wants ATF rules amended so they can be more in line with the Bipartisan Safer Communities Act, which is a joke of a title, signed into law last year. Jackley and 24 other attorney generals sent a letter to the ATF calling the proposed rule an unconstitutional overreach. The attorney generals in their letter agreed that violent crime is an unacceptably high level, but they want to focus on other solutions. This proposed rule seeks to criminalize what should be lawful behavior. Now, let's be clear on why they're doing it. Once again, to make it harder upon the law-abiding person to exercise a right. That is the goal with every single one of these gun laws that they pass. Bipartisan Safer Communities Act is a bunch of BS on an epic level. Bipartisan because they got a couple of rhinos to get in to the committee on this. They voted along with the Democrats. Now it's bipartisan. Bullshit. Absolute bullshit. There was nothing bipartisan about it. But they're using that Bipartisan Safer Communities Act to evolve existing rules and ideas to push them further. Now, I mentioned in the beginning that they were talking about, because I did a video on it, where if you sell guns for profit, they're now telling you you have to get a federal firearms license in order to do so. This here is basically the same thing. Now, you sell a gun to a friend. You've now done it for profit. As far as they're concerned, they want you to get an FFL to do so. And that's a bunch of crap. Why do they do that? Because then it's basically to stop you from doing it. Because only the law-abiding will follow the law. So if they have this rule in place, they know that people, well, for the most part, people are just going to be like, well, I'm not going to do it. I'm just not going to do this thing. Like, you know, when you go to the gun shows and the guy has his table set up and he has his guns out. This is just a private guy just selling guns that he picked up, guns from his collection. Now they want that guy to have an FFL to do it. Once again, to stifle his ability to do what he wants to do or what he likes to do. Some people do this stuff truly just for the enjoyment of it. Because a lot of these FFLs, like basement FFLs, I call them basement or tabletop or kitchen table FFLs, are going out of business left and right. Their licenses are being pulled in a record rate. It's like 500%. They're saying that FFL revocations are up since Biden's been in office. But these attorney generals are going after the ATF, saying this rule is ridiculous and nonsense. Now, unfortunately, they're not going to get too far with this. And that's really a shame. Because, like I said, Dettelbach is Biden's bitch. So, it won't get far, but I'm glad that they're taking notice of what's going on in Washington. But we'll see what's going to happen going forward. Is this going to be much like the arm brace rule and the 80% receiver rule? Is this going to be another court battle that's going to take years to basically accomplish? Don't know. But that's what it is right now. That's where we are. They're pushing for you. If you transfer a gun from one person to another, they're pushing for you to have an FFL to do it. But let me know what you think. As always, you can leave your comments in the comment section below. And as always, any statements of violence or statements that lead to violence will be removed. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you're notified the next time a video goes live. I will see you on the next one. Peace.